Hi, I'm Amy from Amy's Healthy Baking. Here in my kitchen, I share recipes that are light in calories but full of flavor. They're delicious and nutritious because you shouldn't have to choose. Today, I'm making my chocolate chip banana bread scones. They're ready in just 30 minutes with lots of bright banana flavor, and those rich chocolate chips are the perfect finishing touch. So let's get started. This scone recipe begins with whole wheat flour, some cinnamon, and some baking powder and salt. I'll whisk this together. Next, I'll mix in small cubes of very cold butter. I'll use a pastry cutter to do this. The pastry cutter makes this much easier than using two knives or the back of a fork. It's important to use very cold butter straight from the fridge. This is because the butter creates tender little pockets in the dough when you put the scones in the oven, so you don't want it to soften or melt ahead of time. Now I'll make a well in the center. I'll add Greek yogurt, which really helps with the tender texture, and some mashed banana. See these bananas? That's the minimum amount of brown spots that I recommend. More is even better. That's because bright bananas have a stronger flavor and more natural sweetness than the pure yellow ones. I'll also add a bit of maple syrup to boost that natural sweetness. Then some milk and a touch of vanilla extract. I'll stir this together. Then I'll gently mix in the mini chocolate chips. The dough is all done. I've lined a large baking sheet with a silicone baking mat, and now I'll transfer the dough onto that. I'll shape the dough into a circle using a spatula. Now I'll brush the tops and the sides of the dough with milk. This seals moisture into the dough to keep the insides nice and tender, and it also creates a hint of a crust on the outside. I'll cut the dough into 8 triangles. Then I'll press a few more mini chocolate chips into the top of each scone. I think this makes them look even better. Time to bake. The scones just came out of the oven. They rose nicely and turned a beautiful golden color, and now my kitchen smells just like banana bread. I'm going to let the scones cool on this baking sheet for a few minutes and then transfer them to a wire rack. These scones turned out wonderfully. Just look at all of those cute chocolate chips. They smell so cozy and comforting, they're really tender on the inside, and they're full of sweet cinnamon and bright banana flavor. There's a reason these always seem to disappear in the blink of an eye when my family comes over for breakfast. Remember to subscribe to my channel for more delicious and nutritious recipes. You can find a printable version of this chocolate chip banana bread scones recipe on my website, amyshealthybaking.com. And when you make your own, please leave me a comment and tell me what you think of them. I always love to hear from you. Don't tell my family. I might not share any of them.